Hey guys, welcome to Peripheral Vision, and today we're taking a look at the Retrobit controller for the Nintendo 64. So, Retrobit is a company that makes third-party accessories for older video game systems, and the reason they do that is to help replace older, less functional pieces of original hardware, as well as to help people get into the retro gaming thing in general. And that serves a good, useful function. And a lot of their stuff is actually really quality, like the controller we're looking at today. Now, the first thing you can see just by looking at it, it's got a nice sheen to it. It's very glossy. The light reflects well off of it. And if you feel it in your hands, it does have a very good build. It's actually a little bit sturdier maybe than the actual original Nintendo 64 controller. And there's actually a running theme with that. This is similar but better than the original. Now, and not to knock the original Nintendo 64 controller, but there were a few technical issues that it just had. For example, the joystick, as I have many times pointed out, has an issue with wearing over time because it's plastic. Now, here, you can see that it is a plastic material, but it's on a ball joint, and you can feel this doesn't feel like it's going to wear out anytime soon. Plus, the material that the thumbstick's actually made out of, very, very comfortable. It doesn't wear at your thumb at all, which was another issue that the original controller kind of had. Now, where they've upgraded is, you can see up here, we have a little bit of extra functionality, and it's pretty standard. You can see there is a set button, and there is a clear button. Now what that does is, if you press and hold the set button, then press a button on the controller, any of them, A, B, C, any of them, and then it will make that button, say I use A, be an auto-fire button. So if I set A and hold A, it will automatically fire A. If I want to clear that, simply hold down the clear button and press the A button again, and it'll return to its normal functions. On the other front, we can see that there is a start and a slow button. And the start button is standard, that's, you know what that does. The slow button pauses the game rapidly, and it's supposed to simulate moving slower. Now, this was useful back in the day in like the NES era, but nowadays, even as early as the N64, it was kind of useless because most games had a pause screen, so it would flash that pause screen over and over, and it would kind of make the game unplayable. So it does have the slow button if you need that functionality for some reason, so that's there. As far as the regular buttons, they're all nice, they're clicky, they're buttons. They're not bad, they're not mushy or anything, they're very fresh feeling, so that's a nice there. Turn it around, you can see it will work with stuff like the controller pack and the rumble pack and all that. And here's the Z button. As far as the ergonomics of it, actually holding it does feel comfortable. It's very similar, besides the right and left prong thing, to holding a Nintendo 64 controller. It feels like that. So if you're used to that, then you'll be used to this. So there it is, the Retrobit controller for the N64. I would highly suggest picking one up. I actually very rarely use a standard N64 controller anymore because they wear out very quickly. So this is honestly the one that I was just picking up for just consistent play. Retrobit for the N64. Later days.